Hello everybody. In this lecture, I am going to solve 2008 Indian National Mathematics Olympiad problem number 1, and it is a nice geometry problem. In this problem, we are given ABC with a triangle and I with its in center, A1, B1, C1 with a reflection of I in BC, CA, AB respectively. And suppose the circumcircle of triangle A1, B1, C1 passes through the point A. We have to prove that B1, C1, I1 are concyclic, where I1 is what? I1 is the in center of triangle A1, B1, C1. Okay. First I am going to plot the diagram. ABC with triangle and I with in center. Something like that. This point is A, this is B, and this is C. It's in center somewhere here, and we are given the image of in center with respect to side BC. BC is B1. This is B1. Image of in center I with respect to side AB is C1. This point is B1. This point is C1. And the image of in center with respect to side BC, and that point is A1. Okay, this length equals to this, and now we are given that these 4 points A1, B1, A, C1, all 4 points are concyclic. That is, their circle passes through these 4 points. Okay, we are trying to make a circle passing through these 4 points. It is a little bit difficult, so I am trying to draw a circle, possible circle, something like that. Yeah. This one. This point is A, no problem. This is B. Okay. Now we have to show that B1, C1, I1 are concyclic. So we join point A1, B1, B1, C1, and A1, C1. Yeah. Also join AC1 and AB1. Yeah. Connect AI also. We call this intersection point as M. Now, look at the triangle AIM. IM is what? Length of perpendicular from in center to the side AC. Then definitely IM becomes the in radius of the triangle. Suppose in radius is R. And B1 is what? B1 is the image of I with respect to AC. Therefore we can write IB1 is equal to 2R. IB1 is 2R. And IB1 is what? IB1 is actually the circumradius of triangle A1, B1, C1. IB1 is the circumradius of triangle A1, B1, C1. Therefore, if IB1 equals to 2R, then we can write IA also equals to 2R, IC1 and IA1. All becomes 2R. Therefore, using triangle AIM, suppose this angle is theta, IM sin theta. Sin theta is what? IM, this one is R, and hypotenuse AI is 2R. That's great. Sin theta is half. Sin theta is half, this implies theta is what? 30 degree. And if this angle is 30 degree, then definitely these two triangles are congruent. It means that this whole angle is what? This whole angle is 60 degree. This will implies angle I angle IAB1, angle IAB1 equals to 60 degree. This angle is 60 degree, but also IA and IB1 both are radii of the circumcircle, but IA equal to IB1 equals to 2R. Therefore, we can say that if this angle is 60 and these two sides are equal, therefore the opposite angles are also equal. This angle will also become 60. Therefore, if two angles are 60, then definitely this triangle IAB1, triangle IAB1 is an equilateral triangle. Definitely, this is an equilateral triangle, and by the similar reasoning, we can show that the triangle AIC1 in a similar way we can show that triangle AIC1 is also equilateral. Okay. If these two triangles are equilateral, these two triangles have a common side AI. Okay, no problem. Therefore, we can write this implies angle B1IC1. If we talk about this angle B1IC1, then definitely this angle is what? 120. Okay, this angle is 120. Fine. This angle is 60. This angle is 60. And if these two triangles are equilateral, therefore we can also write AI. There is a lack of space, so I am going to drop this problem, and this is a result which I have to prove. B1 C1 I1 are concentric. Okay. These two triangles are equilateral, therefore we can write AI, all side length equals to 2R. AI equals to IB1, IB1 equals to AB1 equals to AC1, AC1 equals to IC1. All length equals to 2R. Then definitely these two angles becomes 60, 60. This is 120. Therefore the remaining angle is also 120. This will imply angle C1A B1 is what? 120. And if this angle is 120, then definitely this angle becomes what? This angle becomes 60 because A1, B1, A, C1, all 4 points are concyclic. That is a quadrilateral. A1, B1, A, C1 is a cyclic quadrilateral. This will definitely imply angle C1. C1 A1 B1, C1 A1 B1 is what? 60 degree. Okay. Now we have to prove these 4 points are concyclic. I is the incenter of the triangle ABC. I is the incenter of the triangle ABC. I is the incenter of the triangle ABC. I1 is what? I1 is the incenter of triangle A1 B1 C1. A1 B1 C1. I is the incenter of triangle A1 B1 C1. Okay. Here we have this is one more observation about I because IB1 we can also say that IB1 equals to IC1 equals to IA1 equals to 2R. The distance of I from all three vertices A1, B1, C1 are same. Therefore, we can also say that I becomes the I becomes the circumcenter of triangle A1, B1, C1. I becomes circumcenter of triangle A1, B1, C1. Okay, from here we can also say that if this angle is 120, then this angle is 60 degree. Okay, no problem. Now we have to find angle B1 I1 C1. I1 is somewhere here, the circle, the in center of triangle A1 B1 C1. This point is I1. We are going to find this angle. Picture is very dense. Look this picture very carefully. We are going to find angle B1 I1 C1. B1 I1 C1 equals to what? B1 I1 C1 is equals to this angle. This is actually the in center of triangle A1 B1 C1. Therefore, we can write this angle equals to 180 minus angle B1 by 2. If we connect this one also, then this angle is what? B1 by 2. This angle is what? C1 by 2. B1 by 2 plus C1 by 2. Okay. I am doing in this manner, but B1 by 2 plus C1 by 2 is what? 180. B1 by 2 plus C1 by 2 becomes 90 minus A1 by 2. Okay. 180 minus 90, that becomes 90 plus A1 by 2, and angle A1 is what? Angle A1 is 60. Therefore, 90 plus 30 equals to 120. Hence, we have proved that angle B1 I1 C1 equals to angle B1 I C1 equals to 120 degree. That is, this line segment B1 C1 subtends equal angles at point I and I1, meaning thereby these 4 points B1 C1 I1 are concyclic. Hence proved. And we can also comment about the location of in center of triangle A1 B1 C1, because I observed that the distance AC1 and AB1 are equal. AC1 equals to AB1 equals to 2R. And if these two distances are equal, it means that AA1 is the angular bisector. AA1 is the angular bisector of angle A1, and hence I1 lies on, and hence I1 lies on AA1. Hence we are done. Thanks for watching.